So surrounded in history and steeped in the grandeur of old Dutch architecture, we are here in the historic city of Gaul on location. And this is the city where stories were built and legends were made. One of those legends, the legacy I might call it, is that of Colombo Jewelry Stores. And today we are here because it is the location of their latest campaign. With me is the face of Colombo Jewelry Stores, the brand ambassador I might say, award-winning Bollywood actress Jacqueline Fernandez. Welcome.
Thank you.
And also joining us, the creative spearhead of Colombo Jewelry Stores, the CEO Akram. Cassim, thank you for having us in your home, the place where it all started.
Always welcome here.
So Akram, when you keep coming back to Gaul, you know, the birthplace of Colombo Jewelry Stores, what are the feelings that this sort of instills in you?
Amazing feeling I get. I mean, every time I come to Gaul, I do a walk around the ramparts at sunrise, and that itself is very inspiring. The sights, the sounds, the ocean, and the memories when I walk into the house of my grandfather, my father, my uncles and aunts. And there's a huge family that lived here.
Those earrings you're wearing, Jackie,
I chose
they look
them.
absolutely stunning.
I chose them.
Oh, you did? Tell me a little bit about the campaign you're shooting here.
Well, as usual, we always manage to create something, well, Akram and his team always manage to create something extremely different with every single campaign we do. The jewelry is the only constant. It always remains stunning, classic, innovative. But the campaigns always become something with a little bit of a story. And I always feel like it's a little bit of like a journey, you know, like I go into this little adventure, you know, whenever I come back to shoot for CJS, because there's always a backstory, and I get to learn also about the history of CJS. And Akram is also very committed to, I mean, obviously not just making stunning jewelry, but also somehow including the roots of his family, the roots of, you know, the CJS. And it's amazing for me because I get to be a part of that. And even with the shoot, you know, like in remembrance of his granddad. And, you know, this year as well, I mean, I didn't know actually that Akram was, you know, originally from Gaul and he grew up here. And so we're coming back to the roots of, you know, CJS. So it's just about learning with it, and it really makes me feel like I am part of this family, you know, because I'm growing with them, I'm learning with them, and yeah, so it's a little journey once in a year. I always have a good time.
Well, you are part of the family, am I right?
Like I said, I feel like I'm on vacation, like always.
So Akram, can you spill the beans a little bit about this new campaign and collection?
The new campaign is called Hometown.
Oh, nice.
So we go back to my roots. I mean, Gaul was famous for gems and jewelry, and it was where the gem merchants of Gaul were pioneers in taking Ceylon gem trade out to the world. In the late 1800s, I mean, the gem traders of Gaul set up stores in, I think, Egypt, in
Hong
Kong, Australia, Turkey, all.
Actually, we were all quite
Calcutta.
India, yeah,
widespread,
India,
yes.
yeah. And they're still so
gems of
worldly.
Sri Lanka, Ceylon were famous. I mean, from the time of the Romans, the Persians, the Arabs, the Chinese. Ibn Battuta came in 1344, I think, to Sri Lanka. Landed in Gaul. Gaul was a hub for all the travelers who used to come over the centuries. But they used to always come and buy gems here. But the Gaul gem merchants were the first to go overseas and set up stores all over, and then the gem trade flourished all over the world.
So your campaign and the collection
is an
based
ode.
on that.
Yeah, it's an ode
to all
my
of them.
great-grandfather. I think Cassim Sultan Baba was one he was a gem dealer, trading mainly with Malaysia at that time. And then his son, my grandfather, started Colombo Jewelry Stores in 1922 and went on from there. My father joined him in 1954.
What year did you take it on? Let's try and gauge his age.
1980, I've been here 25 years, so.
When he was a toddler.
He was telling me about the lighthouse as well. So he was like, you know, Jackie, this is originally where the lighthouse used to be. And, you know, now it's demolished, there was a fire. And I was like, did you see the old lighthouse? And he was like, I'm not that old, Jackie. That got demolished in like
1920s.
The 20s. I was like, really?
So your grandfather, Taha Cassim, must have had some vision to take it from, you know, merely selling stones and setting up shop as gem traders as in Ceylon, to taking it to where Look at this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he had it tough. It was not easy. He moved out of Gaul to Colombo. He used to come home only for the weekends. Worked hard, traveled by rickshaw, went up by train, came down, and gradually built it up. He stayed in the store sometimes, I think, upstairs, and chatting to some old staff over the years. Some of them worked till 9 in the night, and then they came back the next morning. It was a tough life, but they had fun, I suppose.
So Akram, what inspires all these collections?
I just look back and it just comes, and then I think of what to do next. This year's campaign, actually, I distribute to my father, who loved Gaul. He loved Gaul Fort. He loved this house. He didn't sell it when the rest of the family all sold out in Gaul. He had faith in Gaul. All of us grew up loving Gaul, but none of the family has any houses left now except for this.
So Akram, when you put these collections together, how do you start? Where is the A and where does the Z come in eventually?
Initially, I think of what the idea I want, like this time in hometown, and then I think, what should you do? Then I thought of pearls, classic pearls, go with all different colors of pearls as strands, and then look at what is Gaul famous for, Birolu lace. So there's some rings inspired by the Birolu looking things, but also you need to modernize it, so I put in some colored stones and stuff like that.
I love that.
And bracelets, bangles. It's not a whole collection with diamonds only, it's lots of color this year, lots of pearls.
There's something so Sri Lankan about it as well.
Yeah.
With that lace.
Yeah, the lacy look is very...
I love that.
I've seen that my grandfather had lots of stuff which he
It looks
did
really
in the
vintage
old
as well.
style. And this time I'm bringing some classic sets as well back, just to get the whole home feel.
Those are my favorite.
Because the house was owned, for 100 years, 1910, I think my great-grandfather bought it in. So for all the generations before, we need to pay some tribute.
So good luck.
Thank you.
And thank you for having us again.
Okay, thank you for coming.
So there you go. That's the background story of Hometown, the new collection that's to be unveiled by Colombo Jewelry Stores. And we've been having this conversation with Brand Ambassador for Colombo Jewelry Stores, Jacqueline Fernandez, and also the CEO of CJS, Akram Cassim.